Welcome back to Nest Studios. I'm your host, Birdtendo, and happy Halloween. I hope your Halloween is going pretty well so far. Before we get into our Pokemon figures and our new Transformer guys, first we have to cover the final slot right here. Ooh, look at those shiny figures. Look at all those new figures you can get in here. Got a Umbreon, Alolan Marowak, and one other guy. That is Grimmsnarl. There he is. So, with Alolan Marowak and Umbreon, I've already covered them in shorts. But basically these figures have a nice little pearlescent finish, and they still have the same articulation. But Grimmsnarl here, oh yeah, he's pretty good. Pretty good, I'll say. Got some pretty decent articulation, especially with this hinge on his arms and everything, and a nice little waist swivel here as well too. But I think that's more for the gimmick. It's kind of similar to Scizors, where you just rear back and watch him whip. That's pretty much the gimmick right there. Because his hairs work like muscle fibers. They ensnare and everything else. But yeah, this Grimmsnarl is pretty amazing. And there's other figures too. Such as this 4-pack grass starter set here. I have 2 of the 4 already. So, yeah, because I already have Rowlet and Roselia. We just need the Flapple and Oddish from this figure set. As we get them out. There we go. There's other figures. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. There are other figures in this set. Let's see. The Krogunk I'm not so worried about, but I do need Ralts, Shuckle, Tinkatink, and Togetic, and especially Meowscarada and Rhydon, and also that little Litleo right there too. Caterpie is pretty much already off the checklist, so there's that. And here are the figures. There's Flapple and his little stand. And as you know, Pokemon figures I already have, they will all be donated to charity by the end of the year. Oddish looks pretty darn sweet. I'll still pull out Rowlet and Roselia here, but I'm still not going to cover them because, well, I said it before, I already have them. So, Flapple, the sour apple worm boy. Can't believe Applin finally evolved into a Hydra Dragon, which is pretty sweet. But this little worm is still Grass Dragon despite him flying around, and he spits acidic apple acid. For me, sour apples are absolutely delicious. And he's super tiny, yet super strong in his special attack. Meanwhile, Oddish, he's odd, he's ish, but he's cool. He's extra cool. Alright, next up we have the Charmeleon 3-pack. I already have Charmeleon and Oddish for the record. I just need the Joltik. So yeah, that's pretty much her right there. Let's see if this checklist is the same. Oh, something different. Okay, so I need Fido. I think I can get Fido in the advent calendar. I don't need Lechonk. I already have Pawmi. Actually, I don't have Pawmi. I don't have these 3. And I need Rotom. And this Tyranitar is actually just a D scale from the Jazz Selects figure, so there's that. There's Joltik. There's the Charmeleon, and there's the Oddish that's going to be donated to charity. Oh, hang on. Okay. Put you right there. And you go bye-bye. Because I've already taken care of you now. Joltik. Love it. Love it. He's so cute. Those little eyes and everything. Hope you're not afraid of spiders, because boo! He's cool. Okay, you know this pack, the Electabuzz 3-pack with Caterpie and Rockruff. I already have Electabuzz. And apparently Electivire, I found out, is more so exclusive to Australia, which is really weird. That they would lock up these figures into Australian countries. There's the Caterpie. But you know the rule, the drill, if you will. Ugh. These two are going to be donated to charity. But as for Caterpie, lovely little caterpillar. Gotta love it. Oh yeah. Lovely little caterpillar. And finally, for our Pokemon figure sets, we have the Ivysaur 3-pack with Jangmo-O and Pikachu. And I already have that Pikachu mold. I just need the Jangmo. There's just some ripe fruit that you gotta pick off the tree to survive on. And there we go. So, these two are going to charity. As for the Jangmo, love it. I love the molds that Jazzware's been using. These are awesome. These are cool. I love the little heart scale on them. So yeah, all these Pokemon figures are pretty darn sweet. And don't think I've given up on Pokemon yet. I'll still try and review it when I can, because apparently grocery prices have been pretty high here. And basically I can get a cart halfway full for about $400. That is until maybe when Pierre Poilievre runs for MP here in Prime Minister here in Canada. So there's that. But yeah, those are all the little figures that we got out of this Halloween box here. So I'm gonna clean up, and we'll let me just get these guys up for presentation. I'm gonna clean up, and we will get to our Transformers, and then I think that might be it, but we'll see. So Halloween decorations aside, for our little calendar, and Pokemon aside as well, here we have our three main Transformers to look at. This is a Wrecker Autobot, we have a Decepticon, and a Triple Changer Decepticon. So, let's see, the reason why I picked these three out, Blitzwing here from TF Animated, because he has a nice little creepy face on him. Impactor because Bones, and Knockout here because of that front of the car that looks like a screaming face, just wanting to be screamed at. Excuse me while I put back on Impactor's armaments. Animated Blitzwing, I like his tank mode better than his jet mode. Don't get me wrong, the jet mode is pretty nice, but just holding it in the hand is absolutely nice. He's a little hand friend. He passes the hand friend test. And that's basically a figure that fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. And Blitzwing, he's a good boy. His tank mode's pretty good. He's got spring-loaded missiles that you need to watch out for. The treads are nice, and well, actually, comparing all three of them to Midako, of course their vehicle modes are a little bit shorter, but the height really gets there when we're in robot mode. I'll actually get Blitzwing triple changed up into his plane mode. Now, I actually bought this in used condition, so these little plane wings have a tendency to pop off. Not the end of the world, but it's okay. It's still a great figure. Just a bit of a spindly little mess to handle sometimes. And just reaching in to get the nose out is a little bit hard. Okay, so then we can actually untab this. We can unlock this, move up the panels, and right there, make sure everything is snug in. Well, I'll focus on the nose a little bit later, actually. Okay, now we only gotta pull out a little bit of the foot, so there's that. Because there's actually slots in there that actually go in, and you gotta pull them out. What I find nice to do is to pop out the heels and then yank them up a few notches and then plug them back in. Then we can close up the gap, close those gaps up, make sure it's aligned, and you gotta exercise caution when handling the missiles here, especially if you're transforming him with the missiles still on, because again, they have a tendency to pop off, and you don't want things to pop off. You see what I'm talking about here with this piece, to be exact. They have of course, there's always those tendencies. Fun fact about this animated Blitzwing toy, he's voiced by the same actor who does animated Bumblebee, Bumper Robinson. What a wonderful guy. Oh, there's his noggin. Not like we're going to see it for now. And so we put up the actual... Come on, there we go. And now we got to work on making sure everything, pegging in these, the soles to the turret, the tank turret, which will actually hold everything together. Oh, and his noggin fell out too. Oh boy. Come on. Come on out. Come on, don't be scared. All these tricks on Halloween are just setups. There's nothing to be scared about. Come on, you. Again, remember, I bought this in used condition. I guess the guy didn't really have thing for nose cones, so. And there we have it. Blitzwing in his plane mode. Pretty good plane mode, actually. I'd say it's a little bit better than the Legacy Blitzwing, which is just a G1 one with gauntlets and everything else. I'd say this plane mode is more tolerable than the Legacy version. And the character is much more fun, in my personal opinion, so there is that. Again, wonderful plane mode. I like it a lot. Just wonderful. Sure, there's turrets, but what can you expect from a toy that was released around the late 2000s? This is truly great. I mean, if you really want to see the missiles launch, okay. There you go. There goes one, and I won't launch the other one. Take my word for it. These things launch far. And now we just gotta clip these back in, and we're good. Okay, so Blitzwing is all taken care of for now. Just gonna back up my camera. I know I'm gonna clean up my table as soon as I'm done tonight's review for Halloween. It already is Halloween here. I've kind of been procrastinating, especially on the Halloween countdown. I'm sorry about that. Knockout is... He's got a nice car mode. This is the closest we'll ever get to an accurate version of Knockout. So we gotta be a little bit respectful for that. Knockout was a nice character, voiced by Darren Norris, who also did voice work on, get ready for this, Team America World Police, which was made by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. America, F yeah. Hope that rings the bell. Yeah, but yeah, this is a pretty solid car mode, and also another fun fact, this is a retool of Studio Series 86 Jazz. Yes, I know. He's got a tiny little Decepticon symbol, if you can really see it. My camera can't pick it up, but it's on the nose of the car. His weapon is, of course, his lance. There are upgrade kits, but of all the upgrade kits I see, they really don't give Knockout his shoulder spikes, which he has on his robot mode, because this thing does not have shoulder spikes. But again, it's the closest we're going to get until third-party drops. So the weapon is in two parts. It's the little shiv and the rod that he holds onto. And the directions say, plug it in, turn it around. He's got a gun turret, kind of similar to Prime Breakdown. And then you could take the bit off and just put it there. I like it this way. Again, you have your own personal things, so there's that. Nice kibble management. There's his noggin right there. He still has the noggin, the nice little spiky noggin from TF Prime. And now, Impactor, the big boy. So, if you've seen my YouTube posts, you'll know by now that this is a chosen vehicle mode I've chosen for Impactor. And now to disassemble him, because he has a little fossilizer friend. And he goes by the name, it's either Spindle or Spindle. I'm going to go with Spindle because it sounds a little bit better. But Spindle here is pretty cool. A little purple and dandelion, Crayola dandelion. Remember that color? They took my baby away. And this was a long time ago. I always thought dandelion was a nice color. And of course you have your own preferences, whether you want to keep the tail up like this so the spinal arrangement is there, or keep it down like this. I personally like to keep it up like this, but hey, it's what is it called? It's a fossilizer. Do whatever you want with it. Then these so these are the dino legs. I wanted to give Impactor a bit of a Mad Max feeling for this figure in particular. And these pieces are very loose, so you got to be very careful. But I actually had a lot of fun playing with this guy for a while. I love his fossilizer gimmick. I think it's pretty sweet. As I try to get this in, you got to really align the pegs up a little. Okay, I think I got that aligned. Okay, what you want to do is point that down so you have some clearance, and then you gotta really shove it in there and point his hands out. Then you take the little chest piece, and that will actually this will cover up his the gaps between his rib cage. I tell you what, after this video, I'm just going to watch some spooky films. I'm not really going to go out trick-or-treating or anything. Maybe my dad was right when he told me I was too old for Halloween. Then again, you're never too old for anything, really, so there's that. And we'll put Spindle. It's either Spindle or Spindle. I'll call him Spindle because it sounds better. And fun fact, Spindle's actually a girl. A girl. Yes. This little fossilizer thingy is actually a woman. I don't know how it's a woman, but I won't question. No questions here. So then we get the legs readjusted. Maybe that's not the right way. I think that's more for her robot mode, actually. Yeah, this is more like it. Then you get the feet right there. Oh boy. And that's another thing. The hand feet thingies have a tendency to pop right off. And then we get her stood up. Oh, Jesus, come on, don't do this to me. And give me a second. Okay, that should clear things up a little bit. Let me see if I can zoom out and get a better look. Okay. Okay, it looks like the more I zoom in, the more you can actually see him. So, Of course, there's no head clearance on Spindle here, but she's got some nice articulation. Both jaws can open all the way. Again, very nice Spinosaur right there. Some ball joint movements, looks like it, a little bit of that. And the legs, of course, you need to be careful with them. You've seen the movement on there already. And her tail can move up and down. It's also this direction. You can put it in any direction you wish, so there is that. But yeah, Spindle is pretty cool. I just wish her hands didn't pop off as much. Okay, maybe on the other hand, I think I may have had that on the wrong way. Okay. Apologies. Just a quick little mix-up. Here we go. So yeah, Spindle looks pretty cool. I just, you know what? It's a fossil. It's meant to fall apart. Impactor, on the other hand, pretty good tank mode. I actually had a lot of fun with this guy. He's pretty fun. I like it a lot. Pretty solid tank mode. Turret moves up and down. This can also move around, and he has also got wheels. Yippee, wheels. Just like animated Blitzwing here. Alrighty. So yeah, nothing much new, but there's this harpoon right there. I normally do stop motion transformation, but considering what I'm doing right now, I might as well show you the step by step. So I'll get Impactor transformed here for you. I kind of found these to be a little bit easier than the stop motion things. So what you want to do is take the gun off, take the harpoon off. I still think of this as a little spike he can use to impale his friends with. Then you gotta detach the treads and then work your way through the feet here. These are going to be his feet. So they'll fold out just like that. And then, okay, then you want to move things out of the way here. Alright, and I think that's her for the legs. Then you want to stand them up, get them stood up just like this. Then you want to reach in, get the arms. It's up to you where you want to put the hand in. Then there's this other arm. So what I like to do, you know, remain true to the original series of comics. I'm not even sure this guy was ever on television, actually. Maybe he's too violent. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. So then you want to plug in. Oh, hang on. Alright, then we'll plug in the harpoon. Then, shoulder cannon. We'll swivel that around. And then, you want to reach in, get his noggin. You just want to get his noggin out any way you wish. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't fight me. Come on. There we go. I actually love the head sculpt. It's really cool. Look at that head sculpt. It's much slimmer. This is more based on his comic appearance, if you will. It's a really nice little comic homage. And then his gun, you can put it wherever you want. I just like to, you know, put it right there or wherever. But there's really nowhere to put the gun, so just put it in his hand. Yeah, this is a really nice robot, actually. Pretty simple, but very effective. Again, the head sculpt is amazing. It had the face, it really shows off the wrecker who's really dead inside, and that's why his Autobot symbol is blue and looks different. He's a wrecker. Excuse me. I wish they kind of filled this out, but it's okay. But it still leaves room for Impactor to be bisected in two. So it's a little bit too simple, but it's very effective. And for Spindle, actually, oh man, let's see, how do I remember this? So these actually become the pants that she wears. Then you want to, that's the crotch, that's the chotch. Oh, hang on, sorry. Sorry about that, camera cut out while I was working on it. Okay, so then you want to readjust the heels. These are going to become her feet, if you will. Nice little snapperoos. Her feet are kind of my least favorite, because that's all she gets, I believe. This becomes her sword, if you will, but it's really weird on how she wields it. So then, what you want to do, I believe this will become her, that's kind of weird. Maybe it goes this way, and then the head comes around like that. Something here is going to become her arm. I believe it's here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. This is actually, this figure is actually a retool of another fossilizer who turns into a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and who also actually becomes, get ready for this, Transmutate from Beast Wars. Yeah. Oh boy, hang on. Oh, okay, I was doing good. Come on. Get in there. Okay, that's one hand done, and this for, oh yeah, hang on. I think it's the chest. It goes here. Okay, this is kind of a weird thing. You see why I don't really care for turning her into a robot mode? It's all because of this. Okay, so then we readjust her hands. Again, I don't really like the fossilizer robot modes. I just prefer to grab and go with these fossil modes. And trust me, it'll get a little bit better. So then we put that on, and there is Spindle, who I prefer Spindle in her robot mode. So yeah, the little tail becomes a weapon sort of thingy. And the articulation goes something like this. She has a little swivel at the head, bends at the arms. I really don't like this robot mode. I prefer her Spinosaur or combined all over Impactor. Oh, you know, I forgot to show off Impactor's articulation. I've been so deep into this pool, I totally forgot. But she can kick outward. She's got nice swivels and an ab crunch, if you will. And there's that. Now, Impactor. Alright, so he's got a swivel at his noggin. At his little noggin. He's got movement in his arms, a nice little bend. Pretty cool waist swivel, ab crunch. Look at that ab crunch. He really does go hit the gym. Kick outward, bend right there, and a pretty nice little pivot at the foot. And compared to Mitoko, pretty good. Pretty good size. So now, here comes the best part. And that is combining Impactor into his, with the fossilizer here. So what I like to do, this is my little preference. Let's see here. So I like to peg on the, now call me crazy, but I like to peg on the Spinosaur. The Spinosaur arm here, which can actually work as another arm for Impactor. Arm, who am I saying? This is the face, if you will, but there it is, right there. Pretty cool. And for the waist, what I like to do is this. I like to... Okay, I want to put in the tail. Hang on. Okay, we'll take that out. You'll like where this is going. So we'll put the spine and the tail, something like that. And then I like to put it on his back so he has something nice to flail around on his back. On his back right there. And for the legs... Oh, actually, okay, now it's coming back to me. So, the rib cage alongside the hands, I like to pop in the little marker here. If it can work for me. Come on. There we go. We're going to put that in to his... put that onto there. And for the legs, for his leg armaments, let's see here. Okay, that came off. So here, and swivel that around. So for the legs, hang on, let me readjust here. Actually, let me zoom out. Okay, that should be a bit better. Okay, now call me crazy. What I like to do is find the leg that actually goes here. And now, bear with me. And then we bend the foot. You see where I'm going with this? And then we can turn them around. And what I like to do is pop out this peg. These pegs on the side, they love to flip out on you. So there's that. And pop them in right there. Get them angled up, nice and good. Give them a centaur, if you will. Those little centaur legs. So there's that. Then we take this leg. Come on, don't fight me. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want it. There we go. All right, and then... Oh, jeez, it came out on me again. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want it. You know you want it. I just dropped this turret. Okay. Oh, and I dropped his leg. Oh, boy. Went back in again. Alrighty. So, now, can plug that in. And all that's left now, really, is to give him his gun. Well, I actually like to put it here on his shoulder. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conglomeration of impactor and spindle, which I like to use, actually. I don't like what the instructions gave me. I think it's a little bit too much. But this is something nice here. So, hear me out on this concept, okay? So, you know, Impactor has a severed hand. But watch this. Now he doesn't. Now he has a little Spinosaur friend to help him out pick up things. And it's kind of like an homage to Beast Wars Megatron, if you will. You know, considering, except that he has a big tail on the back of him. I think it's a nice little way for him to, you know, whoopsh, 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 whoopsh. He's a wrecker, for heaven's sake. He can do whatever he wants. And so there's Impactor right there. Of course, it's the same articulation, and compared to Midako, he's pretty big. But this is my little way of doing things for Impactor here. So, there's that. Let's get a knockout into his robot mode now. So, You gotta be careful with this piece because it's clear plastic, so there's that. So what you want to do is open the doors a little bit, I guess. Then you want to shimmy out what will be the legs. So remember, don't expect much from this transformer here in particular, because this is the first wave of Legacy they did. They're trying their best. Mark Moore especially, he's pretty cool. So then we... Oh boy. Okay, so... Okay, maybe pop those off. You gotta... You know, to make things better for yourself, sometimes you gotta make a little bit of sacrifices. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just give me a minute. Alright, we're cool. We're cool. So you want to fold those doors in. That'll become a bit of a backpack for him. Then we can move the arms out of the way. Right there. Unpeg this, and let's see. So I believe the end of the vehicle goes that way. Then the heels come out. Just like that. Yeah, we're cool there. Then we do that, and the legs are good. So now we gotta reach inside here and work our way to flip up Knockout's head. And then we, oh boy, come on. And we pray to God that this thing works with me. Okay, there we go. Then we can fold out the arms. Turn the arms around, and we are practically done. So, Knockout's robot mode is one of those examples of being, excuse me, G1ified, if you will. Because he doesn't have the shoulder spikes. He has a head, and he has the colors, but things he doesn't have are the wheels on the back of him and the shoulder spikes. Those are a few things that made Knockout pretty good, and I hope there is going to be an extra good level of oh god, what do you call it? An extra level of a DNA upgrade kit or wherever have you. And the legs are a little bit floppy on my copies, so there's that. So the staff goes in like that, and he can use it to shock and drop his Autobot friends and perform surgery on them, because he's a doctor. He's a doctor who turns into a car, which Starscream really doesn't like, and Bob's your uncle right there. So, articulation. He's got a swivel. He's got movement. No wrist, but he does have a nice little swivel. Bicep swivel, forearm movements. Pretty good waist, actually. Pretty good. You can utilize his cape, this little cape of his, if you like. Then he's got a nice little kick out, kick forward, bend, and a pivot. Pretty good. Pretty good for a Noxter here. So that's cool and all. And now, now we have the best for last here. That's animated Blightswing. So, what you want to do is tuck in the cockpit, turn his head around. Ooh, that is good, yeah. Yeah. See what I mean? This thing just popped out. It's in used condition, so there's that. So now we work our way for the leg, and then we pop that out. What we actually want to do is close this up, fold it back in. Then I'll focus on the arms a little bit later. We gotta really pull those legs out. He's got a lot of clunkiness on his on this figure. A lot of clunky little noises. So then we pop out the arms just like that. Then we can shift that up and do our best to peg this in. Oh, come on. Peg in. Get in there. Get in there, darn you. Listen to these forearms, by the way. Hear that? Springy. Oh, so springy. What I like to do for these arms in particular, first you want to straighten them out, and then pose a wing if you wish. Okay. Then plop that in, like that. Straighten out his arm. Pray to God this stays in, because, again, remember, I bought this in used condition. And... excuse me. What I want to do here, actually, is bring the turrets out. There we go. Bring the turrets out so he has a more streamlined look. And this noggin has a bit of a tendency to pop out, but I consider it a nice little articulation. And here is, come on, here is Blitzwing in his robot mode. So, if you've seen the cartoon, or have at least seen snippets of this guy, let me position this up. Blitzy here, he has a bit of a gimmick with his head. So there's usually a knob on the back for this head. It's on its own swivel, but it's a bit complex. You can probably tell it's a little off-centered. So Blitzwing has his crazy, kooky little black face right there. Not that kind of black face. Get your head out of the gutter. Where he's a creepy little face. Then if you flip it around, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger or classic Blitzwing. Turn it around one more time, and you got icy blue, ooh, curious Blitzwing right there. Since it's Halloween, and for preferences, I'll keep him in his kooky face for now. So there's that. Articulation-wise, you've seen the swivel and up and down movement. I like the up and down movement, but that's more for the transformation. He's got good articulation. Though you need to be careful with this wing. I gotta be careful with this wing panel. He's got shoulder shrug action. He's got a double bend with a little push-in spring loader. His hands can do flippity flops. Again, this was articulation. There's no waist, unfortunately. That breaks the streak, but he's got nice kick outs, kick forward, bend, and no pivot, but he has a bit of a toe bend. So there's that. And yeah, so these all three of these guys, man. Of course, compared to Midako, Blitzwing is rather tall for his size, considering he is one of those Voyager big box Transformers everybody likes. And honestly, I think that's it for the Halloween special. Of course, you got your creepies here with Blitzwing and his three faces of darkness. You got Impactor with his skeleton bones and hollow expression, and Knockout with his sly yet terrifying vehicle mode that looks like it's screaming. I guess the best thing to do right now is just take this empty box and oh. Well, what do we have here? You thought this Halloween special was over? My oh my, are you wrong? I know I gotta clean up around here, but I got this at GameStop for about $200. This is Titan's Return Fort Max in his instructional accurate base mode, which, if you're a 90s kid, 80s kid, if you will, is a little bit inaccurate. He's more of doing the Jacko stance, if you will. Remember that challenge? You know, with your arms out and your hips all the way up there and the legs and everything? That was a weird time for us, man. Pretty weird time. And I actually did install some batteries in so you can hear. That's the robot that pilots this big mecha. Hmm. He was supposed to say emissary, but I can't really get it to work. It's okay. But yeah, this is a pretty big base mode here, and he's about the size of a toddler, if you will. I like the ramp and everything else, and this little joint here, which can be used in his mighty big robot mode. But let's take it one step at a time here. I'm actually going to get Blitzy and the rest of them out of the way. So there's that. So this guy, you know, he's a headmaster, and a pretty big one at that. So there's that. So what we'll do is we'll pull him out. There he is, right there. Then we can reach in and try our best to unclip this. Come on. Come on. There we go. Inside is his headmaster friend, Emissary. And I've seen the original cartoon, not the headmaster's cartoon. Screw that. I've seen the original G1. But this is his headmaster friend, Emissary. Emissary. Who's got pretty good articulation. What the hell? He's a headmaster. He doesn't have any articulation. The only thing he's really good for is folding him up, and now he's Cerebros. Cerebros. Speaking of Cerebros, oh, hang on. We're not there yet, Fort Max. So, now the big guy here. I mean, we don't really need Midoko to compare him because, oh man. Well, maybe for Cerebros. So, considering this is Titan's Return, the articulation here is a little bit outdated. So, there's that. So, that's all you really got to do is fold things out and everything else. Then you take him and... Yes, we get it. You have sound effects. You got to really line things up here. Yes, you're Cerebros. And I don't know how to turn that off, so there's that. But, yeah, it's a pretty solid robot mode, save for Big Kibble. I wonder what that will be. So, he's got a ball joint at his arm. He's got a bit of a swivel. There's not really much to say about him, but once we really get him into the really, really big thingy here, then we'll really get to there. So he's got a bit of a kick out, and he's got another kick. Oh, hang on, not yet. He has another joint, but that's more for his big boy transformation. And, yeah, he doesn't really have any good toe bends. Again, this is an old toy from, say, I don't know, 2016 or something like that. I'm not sure. But before we do get into his big head mode, I suppose we could try and transform him into another mode, which I don't really like. It's just... So, remember, this is actually a retool of Metroplex from a long time ago, around the 2010s, of course, but basically what you want to do, first close that up. There are children watching. Okay, how does this go? I believe you can keep the arms the way they are. Then you want to really pick them up, and basically these legs are going to become, treads in a way. All you really need to do is just position the legs up, make sure they connect, and that's, looks like they can't really, and, okay. Then lay him back down. Fold down these boys. Yeah, I think this is accurate, and it rolls pretty well. Let me show you the base. So his vehicle mode is just him pretty much ready to turn into a robot. Again, nothing much to see. Although I kind of wish the legs connected a little bit better. He's just a flying aircraft, if you will, but he rolls pretty good. And now it's time to go big or go home for this big boy. So, who's ready? Who's ready to finish off this Halloween special, huh? If there's something anybody can like on Halloween is big things, king-size candy bars, if you will. So, what you want to do? You want to put these back up and split them apart, just like that. Then we can grab his toes. His toes will fold in. Just like that. You gotta make sure they're really clicked in. And we can stand him up. Stand him up on his own 2 feet. Then, let me actually put this up here. The ramp, you gotta be careful with this because the entranceway can really pop off easily. Gee, I wonder what that's gonna be. Okay, so, yeah, nothing new with the button. Then the arms. You hear that? Oh, ratchety goodness. Then the hands. The hands. Alright. Now, the hands come out like that. Position them however you want. They got nice articulation. And this back piece can be used like a little cape, if you will. Kind of similar to Blitzwing. Then, this boy will come back down. Let me show you that. There we go. Fold out his hands. Get him in there. This version does not come with a sword. It's only in, say, if you were at Comic-Con or wherever, next time I get paid, I'll get a sword for him. And now the big boy. Now this guy. So, you want to actually pop this guy off, and, oh, man, it's not really a good place to put him, so put him in there. Don't break him, first off, don't break him. Then, forget about him, because we don't need him. So now, let me zoom out. So, for this big boy, well, kind of a big boy, if you will. You want to do that, I believe. There's really no easy way to connect these hands, but... And then we position him like that, and these will become little cheek fans. Little cheek fans, if you will. Get the other cheek fan. Fold out the horns, and then... There we go. There's the big head. And then... Position that up. And... Head on! You can press this button and... You hear that? There he is. Fort Max in his robot mode. And I'm not exaggerating. This guy is humongous. He's about the size of a toddler, if you will. And I bet you this guy will pass the hug test like I did on my Menasor combiner. But I'm not exaggerating. This boy is huge. Really huge. Now, articulation. To quote a guy, what a time for Vonage to go out, huh? Okay, anyway, so, articulation. It's got a pretty good swivel. No up and down movement, considering how big this boy is. Arms. Yep, they can move. Ratchety goodness, and especially nice little splay out. Look at that. Nice bendy elbows. Double bend, if you will, so he can really do massive elbow smashes. Oh, I forgot to mention, this can actually fold out. I can't really... Hang on, I can. See? It opens up. You can put your weed in there, if you will. So, the hands. Look at this. Watch this, okay? Alright, come on. Okay, there's the hand. Finger articulation. Rock on, dude. Hang loose. Or, if you want to be extra spicy, there you go. A little middle finger to Scorponok, his rival, if you will. So yeah, nice hand movement. Kind of wish he came with a sword or maybe a much bigger gun, but now we can pan down. All right. For a big boy like him, he's got waist. Oh, one more thing. This can open up. It's a bit of a butterfly, if you will, but you could put other things in there. I like to use this as a butterfly joint, if you will. It's a bit jank, but he could do things like, you know, a little chest beating or, you know, holding his sword, if you will. Pretty cool stuff. Come on, close up. Come on, can you close up? I guess it can't. It's okay. Okay, now, legs. I won't pay attention to him much, but... Ooh, clackety. Look at the way he kicks. I mean, sure, his little bro or whatever can kick in the anime, but I'm not really going to do that much here. He's going to bend. No pivot, unfortunately, but his cannons can move up. And that might be her. So, there's that. Ugh, come on, 40. Come on, Max. There we go. So yeah, how's that for a Halloween special, huh? Mighty, mighty Max. Fort Max, if you will. Ah, man. He was reissued at my GameStop for about $200, and I'm pretty glad I picked him up. I had a lot of time to put all the stickers on and everything, and I like this thing. Love the light up eyes. The light up eyes, man. He doesn't like Decepticons. How's that for a Halloween special, huh? Isn't that cool? I'll clean up my table. Next time I record a video, it'll be a whole lot cleaner than this. But until then, happy Halloween from Birdtendo. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep it unreal. And remember, I may be burned out, but it ain't no excuse for what's coming up. Peace out, y'all.